Yo, what's going on, YouTubers? Plumpy Man here. Just doing another little video like I do, and today got something to show you that I made. I'm super excited about these things. I love making them. I've been making them for quite a few years now, and I was digging through some of my drawers over here, junk drawers and stuff, and I thought I didn't have any more. I was going to order some, honestly, but I actually found one more ferro rod, as you can see right there. I thought I'd given my last one away to a good friend, Jason Williams. I just gave it to him recently. In December. Basically, I sent it to him, and it was the first one I had ever made. Had some sentimental value, so I thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to give it to him, and so I decided to go ahead. Since I found one and it was sitting there, it was bugging me, so I went ahead and made another one. I'll go ahead and show you it, and this is it right here. This is the last ferro rod I could make. I'm going to have to order some more, I guess, but this thing is pretty cool. They work super freaking great. And this thing has a little bit of sentimental value to it too. This is, like I said, you've seen this in a couple of my last videos. This is the last little bit of paracord that I got from a good friend, Jiu-Jitsu 2000, and he sent this to me a long time ago. And I got a couple strands. I mean, I got like 2 or 3 strands, 4 or 5 strands that are like this, just ends. Can't really do much with. I can piece them together and use them like that, but I'm not going to use them for a project. So I went ahead and used the last little bit that I had on this and made a nice little. This is just a Cobra Stitch lanyard that I put on it, and the reason this has somewhat of sentimental value is, 1, this cord, and 2, this is the first deer I ever harvested in my entire life. This was a little 6-point basket rack buck, probably a little basket rack about like that. I still have the antlers on the back porch. I've had them for quite a few years. I killed this deer when I was around 15 years old, first day of gun season. I didn't even have a gun at the time. My dad borrowed it. And it was super freaking cold, November 15th here in Indiana, and we went out. It's always the second Saturday in November or whatever, and we went out, hit the woods, and my dad had borrowed a gun off a guy at the fire station. It was actually the trustee of this town here in where I live, and he let me borrow it. It was a 20 gauge shotgun with iron open sights, and this deer walked down over a hill, and I couldn't see it. My dad was screaming at me, "Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it," and I couldn't see it. We were just sitting on the ground, leaning up against a giant freaking tree, and I couldn't see it for the longest time. I still to this day don't know why I couldn't see it. It started walking towards us, and it popped up on the hill that we were on. It was down in the creek when he first seen it, and it popped up on the hill we were on, and started walking towards us. And as soon as it gave a broadside shot, I leaned up against the tree, shot, hit it dead in the heart, and the weird part about it is it ran downhill, and I hit it dead in the heart, and we couldn't find it. And I didn't know this, and I didn't know this at the time. My dad is colorblind, and he can't see blood on the ground. And so anyway, he went to go look for it, and he couldn't find it. He couldn't see any of the blood, but I mean, there was bunches of blood on the ground. And the way I found this deer is we finally gave up. We walked for a mile, and we went back to where we started and walked back up the hill and hit the path and started walking out the old fire road that we was walking out on. And that deer died and laid straight down in the center of that fire road, almost back by the truck. So, super crazy. Like I said, it was the first deer I ever killed, and that's why this has some sentimental value. I decided to do something with it and instead of just letting it sit there. Basically, there's a lot of videos on YouTube showing how to do this, so I didn't make a video like step by step how to do it. It's pretty relatively simple. Basically what I did is I sawed off a chunk with a hacksaw and just took some sandpaper, sanded around the edges to smooth them out, and sanded the top and the bottom. And as you can see, the white around the edge, hopefully that's showing up. And I did it around the bottom too. And basically what this is 5/16 rod, so I took a DeWalt 5/16 drill bit, drilled this out probably that far, and epoxied it down in there with some clear epoxy, as you can see. And then I took a small, I don't even know what size I used here, but it's one size smaller than this, and the paracord diameter. I just drilled a hole through there and poked it through there as tight as I could and pulled it through, and then tied off the lanyard. But that's it. That's the last one I can make for right now until I order some. And I was going to make something like with a striker or whatever, but honestly, I just plan on 99% of the time. If I go anywhere, I have my Spyderco with me, so I'll be having it with me. And I didn't go ahead and make a striker, but we'll go ahead and show you. And As you can see, they throw some mean freaking sparks. I hope I didn't burn a hole in anything. As Jason Williams can contest to you, he's actually burned a hole in a couple of things that I sent him. These things throw some crazy freaking sparks, and you gotta, if you're using them outside, that's awesome. But if you're using them inside, be careful because you will burn a hole in something. But that's it. That's the homemade antler handled ferro rod. These things work freaking amazing, and I plan on ordering some more and making some more, honestly. The one I gave away before I gave the last one to Jason Williams, I'd actually gave some to some friends on YouTube, like Jiu-Jitsu 2000, Jason Williams, Marsh Rat, and a couple other people. The last one I gave away before I gave to Jason Williams, there was a guy, I was selling these, honestly, I made them to sell them on Craigslist, and I sold a few of them, and and some people bought them for gifts, birthday gifts and stuff, and stuff like that. And one guy, he said, man, my son would love one of those, and he said he was real low on money or something like that, and because I posted that I would take trade or sell them, and he's trying to figure out things to give me to trade and whatever. And I said, look, I said, here, just grab a few things that you're wanting to trade and just swing on over, and I'll let you check one out, and we'll go from there, and we'll figure out something. And the guy showed up, and I sat and talked to him for a few minutes, and I honestly, I just said, here, man, I want you to have this, give this to your son, and I hope he likes it, and just do me one favor. And he was like, well, what do you want for it? And I said, I don't want anything for it, but what I want you to do is please pay it forward someday. And that's what I did, and that was the one cool thing that I did with these. And like I said, I've given a few out to people, but that was a cool, I want to tell you that little story. But I just gave it to the guy for his kid. I've never seen the guy again in my town. I've never heard from him again or anything like that, but he was super excited. He did tell me he was going to bring me some deer antlers and stuff like that after I gave it to him, but like I said, I've never heard from the guy again or anything like that. But that was just a cool little story I wanted to add in here. But that's them. That's the Plumpy antler handled ferro rods. The things work freaking amazing, and that's it. It's got some sentimental value, and I will keep this one myself. I will not be giving this away, but if I get any more ferro rods, which I will soon, I'll make some up, probably giving them away to people or whatever. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks.